I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity. I know I'm between you and the lunch and you'll get more malnourished. So I'm going to talk quickly on basics of anemia and recent advances. So what is anemia? આપણે એનિમિયાની વાત કરીએ તો it is basically lack of red blood cells and low hemoglobin. So we should know that anemia is not the same for everybody. Newborns hemoglobin is different, adolescent hemoglobin is different, a senior citizen's hemoglobin is different. So it depends on the age and sex of the patient and where they are. Like for example, a pregnant woman in first trimester versus second trimester versus third trimester. So if you look at the full term, the normal newborn, the hemoglobin can be 19.3. But obviously if you see a 40-year-old male with a 19.3 hemoglobin, you will think of polycythemia, but not in a newborn period. Whereas a newborn having a hemoglobin of 10 is not good. So we have to immediately work up why the hemoglobin is low in a newborn child. So this is basics that we should know. What is the average hemoglobin? It comes down to about the normal adult hemoglobin by the time the child is usually 1 year of age. So birth is 14 to 20. By puberty, you will reach 11 to 13. And adult males, obviously, they can be 14 to 18. So we should know this. Second important thing, always when you see the CBC, the screen is not changing. Vache walu screen change not thatu. It's okay? That only the two on the side. Okay. So again, normal MCV, very important. We should know this. Whenever you get a CBC report, always look at the MCV because MCV will give you a good idea कि कई बाजू वर्कअप करવું છે. If your MCV is small, then you have microcytic anemia. You think of iron deficiency, sideroblastic, lead poisoning. If your MCV is large, 100 and above, you think about macrocytic anemia, B12 deficiency, folate deficiency, MDS, etc. So for the MCV itself, you can know which side you want to work the patient up. Again, we should know the average MCV, and newborns MCV can be high. So that again, we should not do baga daudi ki baby is new vitamin B12 deficient. So we should know at least this basic information. Now, when we talk about the Government of India guidelines, right? So this is the Government of India guidelines. There's a very good data available in India in the government called Anemia Mukt Bharat. આ બધી tables there available. These tables are available there. You can have a look when the patient comes as to what is the normal hemoglobin and what is the low normal hemoglobin. So why do you worry about anemia, right? It can be 10, 9.8, kya farak padne wala hai? It's not 11, but it's okay. No, it's not okay because it's very important for growth and development. Poor hair, a lot of patients complain of hair fall, skin issues, child is or adult even is chronically tired. They are not able to perform at work, weakness, growth and development is retarded. There are recurrent infections which again adds to the cost of your life. And in women, of course, if a woman is pregnant, we are worried about having a premature birth. Then if that baby has to go to the neonatal ICU, the family has to spend more money, the baby may be sickly again. So pregnant women, especially very important during pregnancy, during lactation, again, after delivery, often people forget to get vitamins and minerals. So premature birth, NICU, pregnancy complications, these are all very important when we talk about anemia and the cost of care to life. So whenever we talk again of any disease, right, history is very important. Once you have a proper history, then you can do the workup. There is no sense in doing $1 million workup for several diseases of anemia when you don't know why you are doing the workup and what are the tests you want to do. So again, diet is very important. We had a great lecture before us on obesity, on junk food, and you'll not believe how many children, how many adolescents, college going, they never eat vegetables. You ask them what vegetable, they eat potatoes, right? French fries, burger, dabeli, vada pav, that is the vegetable of the week. So very important to ask what vegetable and how much quantity, right? Sometimes they don't even eat 2 spoons of green vegetables. When a baby is there, you ask the family, are they giving top feeding? Many families, because of unawareness, ignorance, they continue to give bottle feeding, right? Doodh pila diya, kaam khatam ho gaya. For them it's easy, for the big kid also it's easy. The kid never learns to eat. वो चबा के खाना ही नहीं खाता है. So very important when they introduce complementary feeds, खिचड़ी खाता है, राब पीता है, सब्जी खाता है, how much of junk food they eat. Do they even drink dal? There's a big thing nowadays, nobody wants to drink dal. You ask any family, they say, oh, बच्चा दाल नहीं खाता पीता है. That is the most important vegetarian protein we have in our meal. And they should be thick dal, not watery dal. So very important to ask how much of protein they eat per day. Breakfast में क्या खाते हैं, lunch में क्या खाते हैं, and dinner में क्या खाते हैं, and how much of milk and milk products. Sometimes there's excessive milk and nothing else is eaten. Family history, for example, thalassemia, right? You don't have to do iron studies, B12, folate. When you know there is thalassemia minor in both the parents and maybe the kid is thalassemia major. So family history, history of sibling deaths, like if there's a congenital sideroblastic anemia, congenital dyserythropoietic anemias, diamond black fan, Fanconi, you have a history that the child, 2 or 3 children died. Transfusion in the past, again our favorite profession in our patients is वो doctor shopping करते हैं. They will show one doctor, they will get some iron syrup, then after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, the hemoglobin will drop. They will go to another doctor and they will not show the previous file. Sometimes they have received blood transfusions in the past. So again, very important. Again, very important, anemia needs to know a cause. It is not like petrol nahi hai to khoon chada lo, right? We must know the cause before giving the blood transfusion. So please do not give blood transfusions or do not go where the blood has to be given unless we have the cause or the patient is really in failure, like the hemoglobin is 2 or 2.5. But otherwise we have to find the cause, because remember deficiency anemias, whether it is iron deficiency, B12, folate, they are slow anemias, they are not sudden losses. So it's very important that we can give iron, we can give B12. Why to give a blood transfusion? I have seen children with getting HIV from a transfusion. You don't want that. There are patients with ITP who don't need a platelet transfusion. 3-4 ecchymosis hai body mein. Platelet count is 8,000, 10,000. But no need to give platelets. It will get destroyed anyway, but you will give HIV or hepatitis or something to the child. So again, avoid a transfusion unless it's really required. Ask history. Patients are on anticonvulsant for years, right? They can be on valproate or some others which can cause macrocytic anemia. Are they on tuberculosis medicines? Again, several, they will not tell you sometimes. They might have started AKT somewhere else. Very important, Ayurvedic homeopathy medicines, right? People don't tell you. And they might be taking some heavy metals like lead in it. So again, very important, ask a proper history. Are you taking supplements? Are you taking Ayurvedic medicines? Are you taking any homeopathy medicines? Because that can cause anemia too. Pica, right? Somebody will say chalk khata hai, kachra khata hai, mitti khata hai. Again, it's a sign of iron deficiency. And again, if you cure the iron deficiency, the pica will stop. Gutka, tobacco, very important in our country. Baddak, tambaku khai. And it leads to B12 deficiency. Worm infestation, again, villages, jhopda, patti, poor children, they walk around without a shoes. And again, any other issue for absorption. So again, very important, taking a history. Now, first important deficiency we see in our country is B12 and folate. So common in our state because of gutka, many people don't drink milk and milk products. It is easily absorbed by the sublingual route. Remember, when you have to absorb B12, you need to go to the stomach. It has to bind to intrinsic factor, and then it has to get absorbed in the duodenum and the small intestine. So if you have intrinsic factor deficiency, that your stomach does not produce intrinsic factor, B12 will not get absorbed. So that is why the sublingual route is as good as IM or IV, because it directly absorbs without the need of intrinsic factor to absorb it. So no need of IM or IV unless very symptomatic. Again, you can see hypersegmented neutrophils on the peripheral sphere. Sometimes you can see low platelets. Patient has high MCV. You start the supplements, check the CBC in 3 to 4 days. If they are responding with a good retic count, we can think that it is possibly B12 folate. Again, must rule out MDS. Many of the myelodysplastic syndromes, they often look like B12 deficiency. But again, important is close follow-up. If a patient has not responded to B12 folate in 2 weeks, send the patient to a hematologist. You need a bone marrow. It is not B12 deficiency. So don't wait for months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months saying, goli khate raho, fir bhi hemoglobin बढ़ nahi raha hai. You must consider MDS. So this is what I was talking about, that Anemia Mukt Bharat. These are excellent guidelines. And if you look at it, it's a shame. In our country, children between 6 months to 6 years of age, 58% of them are iron deficient. Adolescent boys, 30%. Adolescent girls, 54%. Women in reproductive age, 53%. Pregnant women, 50%. And lactating mothers, 58%. So our country is terribly iron deficient. So every visit of every family to you, talk about iron supplements, talk about iron deficiency, and make sure that these children, these women are taking iron supplements properly. There are excellent guidelines available. This we are already spoken about of what the cost is to our country because of the iron deficiency. So there is a 6x6x6 strategy that the government has initiated to make sure that all the children get iron supplement through Anganwadis or primary health centers or their schools. And of course, pregnant and lactating women should always receive iron.
4 minutes left.
Yes. So we have to do deworming twice a year, iron folic acid supplement, testing the patient, delayed cord clamping during delivery. And of course, we have to rule out malaria, hemoglobinopathies, and fluorosis. So all these are the measures which the government has been trying, including such POS machines which have been kept in the primary health center. So as we have said that these children should receive iron and folic acid, older children should receive at least 1 tablet a week. That is enough. Just 1 tablet a week is enough. You don't have to make them take it every day as prophylaxis. Similarly, school-going and adolescent children, 1 tablet a week. Women in reproductive age should also be taking him, especially take folic acid before you think of getting pregnant so that you cannot get spina bifida and other cord issues. So lactating mother again should take daily tablets because their requirements are a little more. What is the point? Where do we put IV iron? Nowadays, IV iron is very popular. Of course, if you are less than 34 weeks, you can still give oral iron. But if, you can give IV iron, but more than 34 weeks, you're very close to delivery, then IV iron may not work and they might need a blood transfusion. So we have 2 iron preparations now available. One is iron sucrose and one is iron ferroxycarbomaltose. So please stick to one preparation, get yourself clear with how to use it so that you don't have any adverse events in your clinic. It has a short half-life, it provides a rapid hemoglobin within 5 to 7 days, so why give a blood transfusion? If you have planned surgeries, don't give blood, instead improve the hemoglobin with iron and the patient can go to surgery. We should know what is the dose of the iron, how it should be given. Remember, it can cause anaphylaxis, so keep adrenaline, F-Corlin, oxygen, everything available. And these are all available in the package insert. What is the indication? Moderate anemia during pregnancy, non-compliance, oral iron not tolerated, no improvements, or some kids like who have malabsorption or somewhere where you cannot give oral iron and they won't improve. So again, close monitoring is very important. How do we calculate? The formula is available in the package insert. So there is an insert inside the iron preparation and you can calculate what is the patient's hemoglobin, what is your target and how much iron you need to give. Similarly, ferricarboxymaltose, you can give it as a single preparation. So that is the advantage of carboxymaltose versus sucrose, where you have to give small doses every week for 2 or 3 weeks. Again, it gives you the volume, it gives you how frequently you can give, what is the dilution that needs to be given. Everything is available on the internet and also in the package insert. Diet, again, very important. We should talk to the families about eating healthy diet. I won't go into detail since we had already spoken about a lot of nutrition in the last lecture. And important is hemoglobinopathy. In the last 1 minute, encourage HB electrophoresis because I see thalassemia, I do transplants for thalassemia, and I see the pain and suffering that the family goes. If they are only tested for a 500 rupees, and even if it is there, it is free insert in Red Cross and government hospital. If both the partners check the thalassemia report before considering pregnancy, and if by mistake, the child is already conceived, they don't know, you can still do CVS in the first trimester and have an option to terminate. If a family already has 1 child with thalassemia and they want a second pregnancy, either they can go for a normal pregnancy and do a CVS and check, or they can do something like an IVF, where technology is now available for pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, that is PIGD. So before conception, the embryo is tested. When there are 8 cells in the embryo, and if it is negative, then it is implanted and the family can have a normal child, though it's a little expensive now. So thalassemia minor can be iron deficient too, so check for iron, TIBC, ferritin. Again, thalassemia minor, aisa hai ki you don't say, oh, you're minor, so your hemoglobin is 8. They also may need iron supplement, so make sure they check it. And we will not discuss many of the other anemias that can be there. Important points, anemia is still nutritional in our country, but thalassemia major is also a problem. We must try to identify the minors and prevent major birth. And again, patient comes sick to you Ask them to come back when they are well and you check the hemoglobin again. Thank you.